much for joining us on Soul Tribe channel to talk about your twin flame experience. And this is Dee, and you're joining us from, is it Italy?
Yes, from Milan.
Okay, so thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
when did you realize that you had met this twin flame counterpart?
Actually, recently only, I did not know what it was. I met my twin 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, in the spring of 2017. But I knew that there is something deeper than physical attraction, than just love, but I did not know what it was, and I just thought that I was going crazy. I learned about the twin flame in spring of this year only.
Mm-hmm.
No, summer of this year only. So it's just a new discovery
Yeah,
for me.
kind of a fresh concept. I bet it gave you a lot of clarity though on the things you were experiencing,
Yeah,
right?
a lot. Because the moment I discovered, I never stopped researching.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watch every video I can, read every blog I can, everything. Like I really was obsessed in learning more and more and more about it.
I know, and I think when we find um, that term and it puts all that substance behind what we've been experiencing, we finally don't feel alone. And
Yes.
we know that there's more to this connection, right? Than a deep love. There's,
Yes.
it's for the ascension of the planet. So it's really exciting when we find that, you know.
Yeah, but before that, I did not know anything about it, so I just thought that I was going crazy.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah, the truth is, am I going crazy?
Yes.
Do I
Yeah.
have to run after this person?
Yeah. And
And yeah, that was the initial feeling.
yeah, I mean, what were some of the biggest? Were you spiritual before all of this? Were you a spiritual
Um,
person?
Actually, I don't. Now that I know all about spirituality, I don't think that I was spiritual before. Although I have been a part of the Watchtower Society,
Mm-hmm.
the Jehovah's Witnesses religion, for more than 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Bible and everything, what's all about, I'm I know all about it. But then now that I know about spirituality, I don't think that I was spiritual before, although my background helped me a lot.
Yeah.
It helped a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's pieces of truth in everything, but there's also things that are highly manipulated within those truths, right? So,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
yeah,
There are a lot of cool things that I learned
yeah.
from the religion.
And what's funny, I mean, I was never really religious per se or overly spiritual. I knew there was more to life, but I didn't have anything specific. Um, but now that I've been through this experience, and I think you can understand this, is you actually start to understand those spiritual texts to an even higher degree,
Yeah. Now, yes,
right? And you
it's
can
all. I see them all in different light now.
100%, it's like you've 180, so
Yeah.
any fear that was in those texts, you see it from a whole other perspective now, right?
Yes. And every time I have goosebumps every time I read the text now.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So I just want you to take us back to the 2 years ago when you met this connection. And I just want to add, just like myself, your twin flame, your divine masculine, you're the divine feminine, and your
Yes.
twin flame, the divine masculine, is a woman. And that
Yes.
it's all about energy. It's not anything about physical appearance. Everything is about energy, and that's one thing. When you become aware of energy, you realize it's all about that inner self, right? So
Yeah. One
yes.
thing that's nice about it is that you understand that the soul knows no gender.
Mm-hmm.
So Love knows no gender.
no boundaries, right? It's just about that heart connection. And I mean, were you interested in women before?
Not really. That's why I thought I was going crazy
Right?
because I was always attracted to male, to androgynous male. So when I felt this connection, this overflowing, let's say, love for this person, I said, "Am I going crazy? Am I am I lesbian now?"
Yeah.
These things came into my mind when I felt the initial feeling for her.
Yeah, and it's something like no other, the feeling.
No, no, it's incomparable.
Yeah. Yeah. And so 2 years, it was in 2015, did you say?
In
2017.
2017,
2017. So that's when you met this connection. And how did this all happen for you?
it was for me. It was for her part. She said that it was love at first sight. So cute when she says that it was love at first sight. But for me, it was not because she was in another relationship. So I was not really attracted. But there was a recognition. It felt like being at home
Yeah.
because in the first place we speak the same dialect. We come from the same region, from the Philippines. So there was instant connection. I liked her so much. I liked her sister, her family. So it was like I found a soul family at that time.
Hmm.
So yes, that was it. But then I did not think that it was love attracted because she was in another relationship at that time.
Yeah. And did you find that there was any interesting things that you started hearing in your mind, or synchronicities, or any different signs that started to happen that,
At that time, 2 years back, no, no, I did not. All I was focused on at that time was the feeling that the feelings that I have for her, that I love this person so much. I'm crazy about this person so much. I was obsessing so much. But synchronicities, if there were, I did not notice them.
mm-hmm.
It only started when I started to research about it. When the first thing that I researched about was about soulmates, because I did not understand what was happening between us. It was an on and off and on and off, continuous breakup, continuous making up, breakup, making up, and I was really going insane. So I started to do something about it and I started to research about it. But what I went to Google was about soulmates.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when synchronicities started. In June 2019, this year only, I saw a video about asking the universe a sign about your twin flame. If this person is really your twin flame, you can confirm. So I said, "Are we really twin flame? Is this really it?" So I asked the universe. I wrote an email which is addressed to myself, of course, and I asked the universe a sign because we were the soul recognition happened in July 7, 2017. So it was 777.
Oh, highly
So
spiritual
on
number.
in my email addressed to myself, I asked the universe a sign. If I can see this sign in the next few days, if I see the 77 number, because that's our like anniversary date,
Yeah.
if I can see the sign, then she is really my twin flame. And the moment I went out of my work, right in front of the gate of the friend that I was visiting, is a telephone number that where at the end is 777. And I was like, I was it was like surreal, an experience that is out of this world. I was
Yeah.
just jumping with joy, in tears and everything. And I said, now this is it. I don't know what it's all about.
Yeah.
And then the next day it happened again. I saw where I was seated on the bleacher. The bleacher was the bleacher number 777.
Yeah.
And then synchronicities did not stop. It
Mm-hmm.
continued until now. Sometimes when we have when I feel alone and I feel like separated with her, I always see the 777 number, which the universe trying to tell me something, that this is a connection, that illusion, that separation is just an illusion, that you are always connected. So
Yeah.
every time I see that number, I feel joy in my heart. It
Mm-hmm.
always lifts me up.
And so during the constant separation throughout the 2 years, did you
Mhm.
recognize that there was a lot of healing happening within this?
I recognize those healing now only, but before I did not.
Yeah.
All I thought that before was just I am becoming very, very lenient, that I was not loving myself, always forgiving. Because every time this person blocks me, ghosts me, leave me, walk away from me, I go into what they call the dark night of the soul,
Yeah.
or I prefer the term death of the ego,
Yeah.
that I really, really feel so depressed and so sad. But then when he comes back with a communication, my arms are always open to accept her, to to love her unconditionally, no matter what happened, no matter what she did to me, no matter how painful the breakup was. Every time she comes back with a communication, I always feel this love, and that love becomes is growing. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like she hurts me and then the love will lessen. No, it's growing, it's growing, and it's becoming bigger and bigger
And
every day, every time.
I find with these connection, as you go into that death of the ego, you come more into your highest self, come more into your truth. Um, in what ways do you find you've changed to become more of who you are? And same with your counterpart. Do you find that they've also come more into their heart space?
Yes, because before her, I was person full of pride. I was a person full of I always keep grudges. Let's just say, when someone hurt me, I always keep those. I do not always forget, so that when a man hurt me, I just leave the man.
Mm-hmm.
Even my ex-husband, let's say, for example, I when he did something to me, when let's say he cheated on me and I left him, I did not have the heart big enough to forgive him, so we separated. But with this person, always you're ready to forgive, and you cannot help it. You just have to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I saw that, yeah, my heart now is different. It's different now because it's a forgiving heart. It's a heart that is loving unconditionally. So that's
Yes.
what I discovered about myself.
And I think there's a lot in what you just said there. I mean, on my journey, I've recognized how powerful our thoughts are and the energy that we put out through just our mind. And if we've got a society full of people that are unhappy and in these low vibrational states of unforgiveness and fear-based thinking, well, they keep putting that energy back into the collective and keep us in a really kind of negative environment, right? And it keeps the collective down. So I think as more of these twin flames start to awaken to this connection, they come into this unconditional love where they realize that the actions of other people shouldn't affect us, right? It's
Yeah.
coming to whole within ourselves. And as we come back to that wholeness state within, other people's actions don't reflect on who we are and how we feel about ourselves. And we can set those healthy boundaries without any grudges or hurt or hate. And it's
That's
not
true.
and it's not always about allowing those situations to continue, but it's about having a clear mind when you set those healthy boundaries. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's really what this connection does. It really teaches us to live in a different state of mind, right?
Exactly.
Like a more holistic perspective towards this interconnected world that we live in. And it's just getting people back into that flow, into that alignment. So it's really nice when people become aware of it, you know? It's a challenging connection, but it's worth the work and effort, right?
Yeah. What also helped me is that I did not talk about it a lot to other people because I watched a video from the YouTube that tells us that you should not talk about it too much to other people, especially those who are not really conscious, because they will just put on negative energy on
Yeah.
it. So I kept it only for myself.
Yeah.
That's why I was always able to just be with myself and be whole in myself, and then with my twin I shared all of these things about what I discovered about twin flame to my twin only. I don't think other people can understand it, although I know that when I post something on soul connection on my social media, people ask about it, people send me messages, what are you talking about? But then I do not really explicitly,
Go into details.
yes,
Yeah.
the details. Yes.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot more people are starting to awaken to their twin flame counterparts because we are at um, the tipping point where we're starting to manifest. You know, we were in duality, but now we're starting to come to oneness where we manifest from both the heart and
Yes.
mind. And so we're drawing in these connections, and a lot of people are going through these upheavals to get into alignment to shift our planet. So it's nice to know that more people are coming together with their stories to bring awareness to this, and to know that it's a very healing connection if we work with
Mhm.
it in the positive aspects, right? And really come
Yes.
back to self. It makes you come back to self and do that inner work. Um, yeah. What were some of the biggest challenges that you found you had and overcame during this process?
The biggest challenge is myself, my obsession, because I really was obsessed, especially when I discovered about the twin flame. I started to, wow, I am your divine feminine. We must be together, and that started this. It did not really help. The moment I discovered about it, it did not really help because I went through this obsession, like I said, and that was very difficult to overcome. That was the most difficult thing to overcome. To let go of the
Mm-hmm.
physical person, to let go of the attachment
Yeah.
that you set this person free, this person that you love so much and you want so much to be with her, but then you have to let go and set her free. That was the biggest challenge that I overcome.
Mm-hmm. And so now, are you guys still? Are you coming into union or in union, or just at that space where you've just let it go and let the universe do what it's going to do?
Yeah, recently, yes. That's my status now. Because when we came into this physical union, when she came to me and tell me that she wanted us to be together, I accepted her, and now we are together physically. But triggers and purging, healing, continues. It's
Yes.
still it still is going on right now. So just recently, I learned to to let go of something, of an attachment, because she is still in the same, let's say, business, because she is a Zumba instructor, so she's still in the same business with her ex. So it was difficult for me also to accept that she still wants to dance there with her. And so it's just recently that I let go of that attachment also, that finally I accepted that you are my twin flame, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we dance together. That it's okay if you dance with your ex, that's your business. And what matters is that I love you and we are in union.
Yeah.
So
There's
that's what,
a lot of faith and trust that go into these connections, right? Because
a
it's,
lot of faith and trust, yes.
yeah, it's breaking through you. It basically pushes you through all your fears to basically burn those away, right? So you'll get all these triggers that come up for you, and it's to basically get you back to a space where you are in higher vibration, um, and in that space of faith. So,
Yeah, because before it was easier for me to keep those everything for myself because nobody knows about us. But now that we are out in the public, we are together, people are starting to ask why she's still there. If you're together, why still working with her? So that was a challenge for me also to accept the fact that to explain also to other people that true love must be is true love, must be yielding, not only yielding but also letting go. So I said I trust her and I have faith in this connection, so I let go of that attachment, that I can let her go there and dance with her still, and um just um just accept it as it is for now,
yep,
and just let the universe um, work on us.
and
If it's meant to be that someday we will be working together, also it will be. But right now, I'm not attached
yes,
to 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 that thing.
to the
Yes.
outcome, yeah, and sometimes it's true. It's like staying in the flow and letting people do what they need to do, what they feel they need to do, because there is a bigger plan for everything. And the more that we try and manipulate things and change things, the more problems that get in the way and blockages. So that's really such an amazing thing to be in that space where you're letting go of your fear and trusting in the process. So good for you for doing that. That's not always easy. And
It's
what did,
not.
no,
There's always setback. Every time there's a setback. But then right now I'm good.
good for
Honestly,
you.
I can say that right now I'm good.
And
I can even watch the videos now.
awareness is everything too. When we're
That's true.
conscious and aware of the old program that we've been running, then we can basically break those old patterns and just become more aware of what we truly desire in life, right? And want to manifest more of. So, um, how did your partner feel when you said that we're twin flames? Was she Did she understand the concept, or did she have, any inkling to why there was such a strong, did she feel that strong connection like you did?
Yes, yes. She agreed readily about it because she was also asking herself, because she was already in a stable relationship with other person, and then when she met me, she said that I literally turned her world upside down when I came to her life. So she was also asking, what is this that I'm feeling about this person? What is this connection all about? So when I told her about twin flames, she said, yeah, yeah, that's we are. That's we are.
Yeah.
So when every time I discovered something about it, I I talk about her. That's what is good about our connection, is that we always talk. There's always communication that is open. We do not really separate for so long, although we break up. But then again, she comes, and then we break up again. But then again, she comes. So there's always a communication. There's no long separation at all. So we always talk about it, and I always share to her everything that I discovered. And yes, she admits that yes, this is a twin flame. And even now, she also calls me sometimes her DF. That's so sweet about it.
Yeah. So she's
She
really
calls me.
embraced it.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and during those times of separation, when she came back in, did she ever explain why she needed to ghost, or was there blocking that happened? And
Yeah, she was scared. She said that she was scared because she said that this feeling is so strong that she does not like to feel it. That this connection is so powerful, that it's so powerful, and that she does not want to feel it. And also another thing is that because she was in another relationship, she felt guilty. She felt that she was doing something wrong about
mhm.
to the other person, to the karmic. I don't want to call her karmic, although the twin flame community calls the other person the karmic relationship, but I only call her situation. I like to call her situation. So she was feeling guilty about it. So that's why she always ghosts me or block me. Does not talk to me
Mhm.
at the time.
Yeah. And so, what do you think was that point when she really decided to um, take that leap of faith to come into union with you? What did she ever explain?
I think it was my doing.
Hmm.
When I watched the video of Kurt of the New World All Star Twin Flame, the YouTube channel of Kurt, if you know his YouTube channel, about detachment, about detaching, how to detach from my twin flame. I watched that video. And also, Kurt also suggested to read the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Hmm.
And so I read that. And I I discovered a lot of things about being present and presence and about um, letting go of the pain body and being whole by yourself, all of these things. And so when I decided to be happy with or without her, to be complete by myself, when I decided that, when the moment that I told myself, okay, I'm ready to move on. Yes, I know that she's my twin flame, that this is a soul connection, but I don't think that we are meant to be in this physical 3D reality. So I don't think that we can make it. So I see you in eternity.
Yeah.
If we can be together here, I will see you in eternity. Anyway, we are already in union. So I was ready to date other men at
Hmm.
that time. When I came to the Philippines to visit my family, and we had a long separation there. We did not talk when I was in the Philippines. So I was already decided that when I come back here in Italy, I'm going to break up with her, and the breakup will be definite, but it will be there's no coming back anymore. So I said I can only do that if I date other people. So I what I did is that all her gifts I put them away, her letters. I even deleted all her photos, pictures from my phone, deleted everything, her
Hmm.
messages, everything. And I was really, really ready to move on. And when I was ready to move on, that is the time that she came to me with a communication, and she did not left. She did not left.
Yeah.
She did not leave.
Hmm.
She stayed. She stayed.
Hmm. It's amazing. So it's been a few months now that you guys have been in union.
Yes, yes. September only.
Yeah. And
September 2,
and
exactly.
as you've kind of talked about this connection, is there anything that you guys have recognized that, similar dreams that you had, or dreams before meeting each other, or different things like that, where you could really kind of relate it to one another?
Yes, always. Especially on her part, because she always have dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I am thinking of something, or when I have a problem, or I have a situation, she dreams about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's a dreamer. And when I have a problem or situation or something that I cannot understand, predicament, she dreams about it. And also especially when we are together, if I am thinking about something and then she blurts out something, it's the same thing that I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like she can read my mind.
Yeah.
And I always tell her, do you have third eye? Because I think your third eye is open.
Yes.
Because I cannot lie to her.
Yeah.
She can always read my mind.
Yeah.
Even if I am only humming a song inside my head, and I'm not really actually singing, just humming inside my head, and then she's starting to sing that song. And I said, what?
Yeah. And that's the thing with these
Song?
connections. You hear them. It is that strong of a connection. So, actually, there's been a lot of separation through my connection, which she's helped me to develop psychic medium skills, and now I do that. Um, but it's because of our distance and hearing her that she's actually developed my senses for me. And so then I'll do it for other people to help them come into alignment. But that's how strong these connections are. And so that's why I'm like, if you weren't spiritual before, that's why a lot of people that aren't aware of this kind of stuff, they think they're going crazy in the beginning.
That's
Because
true.
it's so overwhelming, all the different sensations that start to come in. And the more you heal, the more you get these intuitive, clairvoyant, psychic messages, right, to show the interconnection between everything. So it's a really amazing connection. And now you were saying that when you have some kind of problem or issue, she'll dream about it. Does she dream of a way to resolve it?
Yes, subconsciously, yes, because I think that her dreams are not actually the answer, but if you will try to understand very well her dreams, that's when you know there is a deeper meaning about them that is actually connected to my situation,
Yeah.
and we always are able to relate the dream with my situation.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular with some of these things that happened that really stood out for the two of you?
Um, the for the two of us that
Yeah,
stood
like
out.
something that happened together where you guys were just like kind of blown away by the connection.
Yes, because it is something that happens with our work. Because the time that we are already in union now, and then she's still working with her ex, and I was like kind of sad about it, because yeah, we're together already, but you're still with her, like you still see her every weekend because you still work together, and I felt sad about it. But then suddenly there is an offering, a job offering for me too, to teach also Zumba. That's why I told you I am teaching now
Yeah.
Zumba. It's like an answer, a blatant answer from the universe, telling me that no, you don't have to be sad that she's still working with her, because I'm going to give a blessing to you too. So be busy with yourself. I'm going to give you own group to dance
Yes.
with. So be busy with it and focus on yourself alone.
Yeah.
Be complete by yourself. You don't need your DM to dance with. You can dance by yourself with your own group. So
Exactly.
it was like answer from the
And
universe
And the
itself.
thing is, there's a lot of miracles that happen to actually bring everything in a full circle, right? So who knows what might come from that too, and the direction it might
Yeah.
lead. And the divine feminine, divine masculine, as they do heal, they start to do their work together eventually. So it's quite an exciting process just to be in the flow and see how it all works out because you get to see the miracles. That's where the amazing things that happen, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's also my experience that when you let go of the outcome, that's when the miracles happen. Because
Mm-hmm.
the moment I let go of the outcome, I said, okay, you may dance with her any way you want. So even if I'm not dancing anymore because I cannot go to the group, that's the time that the universe said, oh, I'm giving you also your own group. So I think those are small miracles, but very, very significant in our connection.
And the more you let go, the more the abundance starts to come in too, right?
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah. Um, and then with the healing process with these twin flame connections, there's a lot of past life healing, there's a lot of lineage healing, um, not only from, healing yourself, but you're also healing your ancestral line and past life things. Was there anything that you noticed within your healing that really helped, shift? Did you notice, have you started doing past life healing? Has that come up? Or any lineage healing? Was there things like that that came up? And also being in that the religion, I'm sure you had a lot of healing from that as well.
Yes, I think that also helped me a lot because I think I have already had the dark night of the soul after I came out of that religion because breaking free from the Jehovah's Witnesses religion is
It's
not
not
easy
easy.
also. No, it's not easy. It's like I also had my ego there at that time. So I think that helped me a lot. That's why I am I am very blessed because I can see from the different twin flame groups, for example, on the Facebook, that a lot of divine feminines are still in that energy of obsession, in that attachment energy, that a lot of them are still on their ego, and that so that 13 years, 10 years, 7 years, they're still in separation with their divine masculine. And I was asking myself, what did I do to deserve 2 years is not very very long
Yeah.
compared to them who are waiting for their divine masculine for 13, 15 years. So I said, what did I do to deserve a very short running time? I call it running time because the twin flame community call it
Runner
running chasing.
chaser.
So I chased my divine masculine for short time compared to other divine feminine. And I think I give the credit to my background because I think I already had ego death when I left that religion.
Mm-hmm.
That I started to be more spiritual in the real sense of it rather than religious.
So you left that, and then how much longer after that did you meet this connection? After you left the
I, I,
witnesses?
I left the religion in 2011. So it's a long time.
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
long time. And from then up to when I met my twin, I I had a lot of different experiences. I mean, all the colors happened to me. All the colors. I mean, I met bad people. I met bad friends. I've been in bad company, bad relationship also, and I've been through a lot of of healing also, although I did not know what it was, but I think I started to heal myself also from, I call it PTSD, because that's what the ex Jehovah's Witness community call it. That when you go out of that religion, you suffer PTSD. So I blame that. Also, I was suffering PTSD, but then it was not actually PTSD. It was actually the death of your ego.
Hmm. Yeah. So you did a lot of actually healing work before meeting this connection.
Before,
And
before, although I didn't know that it was healing,
yeah,
it was just a means of survival.
yeah,
But then now I recognize that I was healing. I was healing. So maybe that helped me to to um to manifest my twin flame, that no, not easily actually, but um in lesser period of time, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. And did you? I know with my connection, I was having dreams a year and a half before meeting them about what was going to happen, um, which I just thought they were just a dream and didn't think much more of it until I did meet the connection and then I started putting everything together. But did you find, when you look back, did you have any precursor visions or inclinations or just things out of the ordinary that kind of
Yes,
were the
it's not
prelude?
actually visions or dreams, but the feeling. You recognize it that during my teenage years, when I was younger, I used to daydream about someone that I am in love with, and that feeling I never felt with anyone else that I met, even with my husband, with other men that I met. But that daydreaming feeling when I was younger, I felt it
Yeah.
with my twin. She's the only person who made me
Well,
feel that.
that's a vision right there. When we're in
Yeah.
that daydreaming space, that's where we're channeling, right? And we're getting vision in that space. So it's really interesting to see that. And this was when in your teenage years?
Yes, it was in my teenage years.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Did you find it ever continued throughout, or you just kind of cut that feeling off?
Actually, yes, it continued. Even when I was in relationship with other men, I always daydream about another connection that is more intense,
Mm-hmm.
so that I was not really satisfied with the other connections that I had in the past, because I had been dreaming with something else.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I met my twin, that dream came true.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same feeling that I had when I was daydreaming.
Yeah.
Exactly the same feeling.
Yeah. That's amazing. Is there anything else that you want to add, or um, just some advice for divine feminines out there to help them come more into their
I'm
power?
sorry, you're a bit choppy.
No
Can you
problem.
repeat that?
Is there anything that you would like to add on, just about your experience or advice for divine feminines?
My advice is that we don't need other people to to make us happy, to make us complete. That to the divine feminines out there that are still in separation, that we don't have to be obsessed about twin flame journey. It's not about twin flame journey. It's journey of yourself. It's your own spiritual awakening. So you should focus on yourself. And when you do yourself, it's inevitably your twin will come to you. And that's your price for being awake. And and the thing is, it's all worth it, because the eater works, the healing, the pain, the dark night of the soul, death of the ego, however you call it, if you undergo to all those things, it's all worth it, because union in the physical is really a bliss. It's really a bliss. It's beautiful feeling that to wake up every day with your twin and to share meals with your twin. You do things together, and it's amazing feeling. So to the divine feminines out there, my advice is let go. Just let go of your twin in the physical, because it's a paradox that when you let go, it will come to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you set free, it will come back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing that you have to do. Let go of the attachment, and then your twin will come to you.
Yeah, put that energy back into you and finding your wholeness and that love within. And not only do you get to create your own heaven on earth, but you're also adding that energy to the collective. And
Yeah.
who doesn't want to come into a better world, where we're living in more balance and harmony, that yin yang balance. So, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you too. Thank you
Yeah.
too for having me.
Yeah, and best wishes, and I'll be excited to hear what you guys as you heal more together, what you start to do together as your gift to the planet and to help in the ascension. But it sounds like eventually, who knows, you guys might be dancing.
Yeah, I'm also excited to
Yes.
discover about
And that's
what
the
the
exciting
future
thing.
is.
There's more to come with it, right? It's not like you're together and there's still growth.
No, I know that there's something more about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Well, keep us updated. Thank you so much, Dee.
Thank you too. I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.